everyone! Welcome back to my next speed build. Oh my god, I'm super excited for this next speed build. From the most recent video, I did say that the next video wouldn't be a speed video, but I completely forgot that it is towards the end of October, and I still haven't made a build that's kind of fall slash Halloween related. So I figured this would be a good opportunity for me to make another speed build that's related. That is technically, I was planning to make this build or this lot specifically for my Isekai Fantasy save file anyways. So I thought this would be a good time for me to make a Halloween slash fall uh theme lot. So I decided that this lot is gonna be it's an apothecary store that I built on. Specifically, this lot is on Windenburg's world, but I'm actually making this lot specifically for my Brindleton Bay sim world instead. But there isn't like a very specific nice location that I wanted to build this lot, this apothecary store in Brindleton Bay, because how I was imagining this store is gonna be in the middle of the village. And Brindleton Bay doesn't really have like a village. It's more of, the harbor bay per se. It's the port. So there isn't really, if I want to have a village kind of atmosphere for this store, then I have to make the village from scratch from top to bottom. And I'm actually thinking about, I am planning to make like a bigger village on a bigger lot in Brindleton Bay. Um, just because I feel like it needs to have some kind of small village for the kingdom, for the royal family, the Shawcross royal family to rule over the sim world. And so having like a small village or like plaza would make more sense. So once I finish this apothecary store, I will save it. And then once I'm ready to make the village or the plaza for my Brindleton Bay world, then I will move this lot onto the plot of land and then build from there. So that's like future plans for my Brindleton Bay world. But anyways, going back to the video, so the speed video is the speed build. So the inspiration that I of this building or the shell of this is actually not from the exterior. The reference that I am I'm using for this build is actually more inspired from the interior. Um, rather than the exterior. So I found this image that shows the floor plan and how it's more like furnished. It doesn't really show so much of the exterior of the building, like just the shell, just the outline of the building, not really so much of like what are the kind of windows and stuff like that. So this build took a little bit longer than I thought I was gonna spend. It took longer than expected just because I was building it from inside out. I don't know if that makes any sense, but um this is actually gonna be the interior is a loft kind of style. So there's gonna be like one portion of this building that's specifically the apothecary store where that's the retail part of it, and everything else is all I would say living. So I would say this lot is more, you would treat it more as like a residential lot rather than as a community lot. However, I guess you could also use it as a community lot too, because I did make space to put like a register there for you if you ever want to like, yeah, sell your own thing or so. But technically how I built this building it doesn't necessarily have to be an apothecary store. It could just be a house or a building. Or it could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be an apothecary store. It could just be like a different kind of store or like a retail store. But the vibe that I was getting, I was trying to make for this store, specifically this apothecary, this store specifically in my Brindleton Bay world, is that Edwardian community Edwardian era style. And so when I was looking at Pinterest of that, it seems like there's a lot more of the of I think they're called French windows. Um but it has like a lot, it basically is that kind of style where there's a lot of rectangular, smaller glass in the window. I guess you probably look into that, but I think they're called French windows, I think. Anyways, so there was a lot when I was looking into some references of what an apothecary store would actually look like in in that time period or Edwardian time fantasy time period. So there's a lot more windows to show the store itself. So, which means that like right next to the door that you see at the entrance of the store, I was trying to look for like a really nice big window that customers will see inside as they're walking past this building or the store to get to the plaza or something like that. And the one I currently have right now is okay, but it's a little bit too modern for everything else that's I for everything else I kind of went with the exterior of this building. So I ended up changing the window later on. But when I was looking at the reference, they also had a chimney. So not chimney, sorry. They have oh wait, no. I was right. Chimney. Yeah. Yeah, they have like the fireplace for the chimney, and it's seems like like I really like this reference because as soon as I saw this reference, the first thing I thought about like what kind of sim I'm gonna be creating for that's gonna be living in this lot is obviously gonna be a witch that is going more towards the aspiration of potions, and I thought that would actually be a really good opportunity for me to uh play the Realm of Magic expansion pack because I've never actually like I mentioned the previous parts before, and I'm pretty sure I haven't mentioned it before. You have all of me, the videos so far I made, but I don't usually play the game as like the gameplay aspect of the game. I'm more of like a builder and like furnishing rather than playing the game itself. But it kind of gave me an idea of maybe what like when I'm playing this when after I finish casting this Simwitch with I actually am also planning to make a pet for her as well too. But anyways, once I finish making the household, I'm wondering if I should make a gameplay of it as well too, because I thought that would be kind of fun, and that would actually I can just focus on that one sim to just do a gameplay um at the same time. I thought, I don't know, you guys can let me know like if you guys would be interested in me playing like doing like a gameplay of a sim witch and kind of like follow her until she's like successful at making potions, and then that was would be when I would feel like I she when I feel complete of playing her is when she maxed out on all the potion making and her aspiration, and and I wonder if there is even like a career for like apothecary as well too. Let me do a quick search up for that. Let me see, because since we're apothecary career, running a witch apothecary. Oh, well, there's something a little similar to that. Let's see. Uh, uh, so I see that there's like mods for that for doing apothecary, but it seems like I don't really. It doesn't seem like I can find like an apothecary kind of career. What about alchemy? Alchemy. Let me see. Alchemy. Potion. Rum magic. I mean, I do see that like you can definitely make a whole bunch of potions for in the Sims game. So I was thinking about maybe that would be a fun idea to do to make a sim and then have her focus mostly on the potions. Um but alchemist career. But okay. Oh, okay. So it seems like there is alchemy career. So I will definitely download that for my sim to play as. Like once she maxes out, like once I actually have her max out completely on the spellcaster and making potions, and then well, while she's having like a part-time job, I don't really know what kind of part-time job. Maybe I'll just have her become like a restaurant waitress, like that I already currently have as a career in there, or just a temporary career while she's earning money and making potions. Then once she has a career, once she like finished the spellcaster, then I'll have her become like go into an alchemy career. How you know? Let me see. Like how much money do they actually make? Oh, uh, this mod doesn't really tell you. It does. It starts with $10 an hour. 10 simoleons an hour. But it doesn't tell you what is the top promoted recipe inventor. Or, you know what? I don't think it really matters. Because, yeah, I don't think it really matters. I'm going to just give it a shot. But I think it's going to be super fun if, like, as that is what I'm thinking. I'm still currently working on my current sim where he is becoming a royal chef. Um, Still working on his speed build. It's taking me a while just because I'm like, actually have a good amount of videos being backed up right now that I kind of already recorded and I kind of need to get through it. And especially it's even more backed up because I wanted to get this specific fall slash Halloween build done ASAP before Halloween ends. And I, yeah, I thank goodness I think I got it done, which by the way, this is actually going to be like a two-part speed build, just because first how I was building it was just an apothecary, and then as soon as I'm done finishing it, I was taking pictures and photos and all that stuff. And then I realized the reason why I forgot the reason why I built this lot in the first place. And it's to make it like Halloween spirit kind of vibe. So, and that's why it's becoming like a two-part where first part actually, well, okay, when I first was editing this video, like from start to finish, I realized this video is actually quite long and I don't want it to be, it's over like an hour. I forgot how many hours of footage this build did. You know what? I can actually look it up really quick. Let's see. So I started on this lot here. Is it this one? Okay, so it's roughly about like 15 hours of footage of this lot, which is, of course, obviously not as much as like the bigger castle, the castle that I've built, but It's still the same in my it still took a while because I think well, okay, not I think. I decided for this build, I actually wanted to take my time on building it because when I really dedicated myself on this sim is a messy sim. Um, just because the sim is is really focused on just making potions day in, day out. Don't really have much time on cleaning as cleaning after herself. So, which means mess means clutter. And, um, which means I have to dig through a lot of the clutter items that I have to make it work. And I was looking through a lot of just like the Sims base games and the expansion packs, like all of that stuff, to see if it has anything that kind of get that I can use to build an apothecary store. And although there are some items that I thought that would be okay, there's actually a good majority of items in the sim game that doesn't have a lot of apothecary themed items. So unfortunately, I have to. Oh, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but it's like fortunate for me because I actually like custom content. Just because I like to just use a lot of items that other creative people like create too for the game that they really like to play. And I like I support that. And I don't think I'm that talented to even make my own kind of furnitures. I can try, but I can try maybe one day. But right now, well, there actually is a handful of items that I do actually want to try making custom content, but we'll see about that. That's like a little bit more of a nearby future or maybe future thing, a project for me that I want to work on maybe. But anyways, going back to the items that the Sims so it doesn't really have a lot, so I have to use a lot of custom content. So I will link my Tumblr of where you can find all of the items that I've used in the speed build once it's the last part is uploaded. But yeah, so um basically when going back, let's go back. Let's circle a little bit back into the video, into the speed video. So I pretty much have a little bit of the floor plan all set and ready. So now I'm just kind of going through um focusing more on just the store part, which I thought that okay, since it's a store, it has to be really nice and really pretty. And when I was looking back onto the reference, they have um they have like they have really, really tall ceilings. Cause it seems like there's like a very decorative accent wall that is in this, reference that I actually really want to use. They have a lot of like in wall, shells, which, Sims does not have, honestly. So I gotta just, I have to like tweak it a little bit to make it in a way, where it would look better and make more sense. Um, but anyways, for the time being, I thought that I figured that like since it's like an apothecary kind of vibe, I thought adding a lot of greenery would make a lot of sense because I think like to me, apothecary they use a lot of medicinal herbs to make potions or medicine for whatever the customer or the client needs or so. So I think it has a lot to do with plant-based earth, greenery, you know? So I think that there's a lot of greenery, there's a lot of wood, earthy tones, and so I decided that this building would have a lot of vines going around the building. I didn't want to put too much because I didn't want to make it look like it's so abandoned because technically this is going to be inside the village. So I just did it just enough where it's purposeful. I think if that's the right term, I think that is the right term. So right now I'm working on the interior of the store. So that nook corner area is where I'm decided that that's gonna be where the cashier. Then I realized when I was looking through a whole bunch, there is a lot of cash registers in the game. Not that many. I assume that there's only two based on how many expansion packs that I currently have. And so I was like, darn it. I wanted to, I could have just used like a base game chest and have it plop on top of the counter and just make it act like it's like a cash register. But no, I figure that this is not going to be the only medieval slash isekai or slash fantasy retail store or community lot or just building store that's going to become like a retail store. I'm sure this is not going to be the only last build I'm going to be doing that. So I thought that I would actually look into an antique looking or a medieval looking cash register just to have in my game. And I did find one, which was actually quite nice, which you see right here. I did find one, and oh my goodness, you can't really see it right now, just because it's the video. It's in like it's been being sped up. But while I was playing the game, the texture of the box kept flashing red colors, and so it was making me a little nauseous because I was moving around constantly because that is just how I build, and it was just so much where I had to remove it until like I put it in the last minute. So, and you know what, I ended up forgetting to add it in last minute. So I did include it in pictures, but I don't I feel like there are I feel like you can definitely find like better cash registers than I can if I'm just not looking hard enough, but I think I tried a good like 30 I tried okay, I did try looking for a bit to see if there was any decent um timeless looking cash registers. None. So that's that's actually one of the items that I was thinking about maybe wanting to just create a custom content, just like a timeless items basically for my save game because not only is it like the cash register that I was thinking about making. I was thinking about making like a timeless phone item as well too, because I did see that there was a mod where the like what replaces the phone to make it more timeless is like a book. And I thought that was a really nice idea. But because my item is like an isekai item, I was thinking maybe I should make like a screen. Like, you know how those like in isekai or games where you get like notification screens? I thought that would be super fun to have for that. And then everybody would be looking at a screen. But technically, it's only the active sims that would be having the screen open and close. So I don't know. I have to think about it. I gotta think about it where I wanted to make it very versatile for both the main characters in this world, which is like your sim that you create, as well as all like the NPCs and just the characters in this world. Uh, where they also are having like a device for communication or access to whatever. But the thing is, if I think it's just how the game is game is mechanics where once you replace like do a replacement or an override of like a phone, it like replaces all of the phones like for all of the sims, and that's not what I really wanted, which is why I was thinking about like because I mean the reason why I didn't really want that was because I'm also gonna have a world where sims are living in their modern day, which is why I was like, oh, I don't know now. So maybe during gameplay, like if I actually do end up doing like a let's play with my Sims and like follow my Sims to kind of make them successful or make them try to be successful, maybe that will be when I can switch it. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna need to think about it. I don't know. Yeah. Right now I'm just gonna like sit on it until I figure it out. But let's go back to the speed build. So right now I'm like really just gathering a whole bunch of clutter items to kind of fill it in to make it really look like it's been lived in. I don't I guess that's what I really like about having clutter items is like to make clutter item just makes it feel like it's keep like a sim did live here. And I just wish that like by default in game where they have more surface space for us to kind of play around with it a little bit more. I know there's a mod that you can use to give more floor space. Um or there's also I can just use like the move objects on and then move it in the specific way that way. And I don't mind doing that. Like, it gives me a better control of placing items there. It's just that because they're technically mostly on the floor or floating around, they don't technically occupy the space that you place them on. So technically, I think Sims can still place items on there on like the surface, even though there's things on there. I'm not so sure. I think that's from my experience. That's how I saw it, or or that's how I like remembered, but I could be wrong. But anyways, I decided that like this is the area, like this side of the store is actually gonna be where all of the potion bottles, where all the merchandise stuff is gonna be placed in. And when I was looking at the reference, it has like a really big apothecary kind of like cabinet. And I was gonna use the one on the right is the one that I was initially gonna use, but then I saw these bookcases and front that came with the crystal expansion pack. Oh god, I don't remember what that expansion pack is called. What is that one called again? Oh no. See, like I have so many expansion packs, but I haven't really actually played it because I just been playing more for the stuff and the items rather than the gameplay itself. What is the Crystal Creations? That's what it is. So they so then I when I so this is actually also the bill where I ended up there was a big sale in the EA client app, EA store, where a lot of the Halloween items for The Sims are on sale. So, and especially since I really wanted to make a build where it's Halloween themed, I indulged and ended up buying some of the expansion packs for this build. So so I ended up getting, oh god, I told myself I wouldn't, but I was looking more into it. But I ended up getting vampires. I also got werewolves, and I also got the spooky stuff. All for Halloween, basically. So I'm a little excited to since it's this week and next week. Maybe this will be like the time where I can like lay back a little bit and maybe play the Halloween event to see what it's like. What all the expansion packs are. We're like, I don't think I'm gonna be touching the werewolves or the vampires just yet. Again, I'm not ready for seeing any of them walking around my world. And before I actually purchased it, I was looking into on if there is a way for me to just not have any Sims just walk around anywhere around my Sim world while I'm working on it. And there is actually a way. First off, for the werewolves, if you don't know, I just was looking into it where in your game options, you can actually turn off like a higher risk of having your Sims turned into werewolves when it's a full moon. So I checked that. I checked that obvious. I automatically checked that because I was like, there's no way I want to see any of them walking around right now. And for vampires, there is actually a mod where I believe it's from Little Samsy. Is oh god, I hope I'm not butchering her name. I gotta look at it. Little Little Miss Sam. Okay, okay. I was a little close, but not really. Little Miss Sam's. I believe did I download it? I don't think I downloaded it yet, but I saw that she actually made a mod where not to have any Sims walk around any vampire Sims walk around anywhere in a normal Sim worlds except for the Forgotten Halls world. So I was like, oh heck yes. So because those options were available for me to not have the occult Sims walking around in other Sim worlds, that's why I ended up getting the expansion packs for them in the end. So it ended up being perfect for me. Oh my god! Speaking of a whole bunch of all the stuffs content, I went while I was going through like custom content shopping for my apothecary. I found these really cute monster plants, and I just had to get them because they were just so cute, and I thought it was just so perfect to have in this apothecary store. Oh, they're just like three of them. Can you? I really doubt they move like at all in game. Oh, but can you imagine like they're moving and they're just bouncing around? Oh, I really should add like a music instrument in here, like a studio, like a radio or a stereo or something, like a timeless stereo in the shop. And can you just imagine like your sim is playing music and then like your monster plants are like bopping to the music while they're waiting for customers and they're like greeting the customers and obviously they don't want to be touched, they just want to be fed. But wouldn't it be cute if they move and all that stuff? Oh man. So like I feel like these are I really wish I have the ability to like make these. It's just I'm not super experienced in making all these custom content. I would love to learn how to and make them and all that stuff. I just don't feel like I'm confident in myself to really make them, but I think I think if I really want to, I just have to just really sit down and really just go for it and just make it. I think I just have to just dedicate time for me to just really learn how to use Blender and Python and try to implement it into the game. Me, again, not having an experience like any no game design experience nor any coding experience. So literally this is all just out of amateur skills. Like the only thing that I've ever actually made is really just like a sim career mod, and that's like probably one of the easiest things that you can really make in the sim game. But I still think I was pretty proud of it. Which, by the way, it will be coming up. I will have a video coming up about that shortly soon. So look forward to that, and then I'll release it as well too. But anyways, going back, this is me pretty much finishing up on the store part of the game. I just really thought that just needs to have a lot of greenery to make it really feel like your sim. Let's say like imagining your sim, your sim witch or sorcerer or warlock is at the front waiting for customers, and there's a client that comes in and is describing something happening, don't know what kind of potion it is, and describing like the symptoms happening, and then your sim witch or your sim is looking through a book and looking at anything that they might know that could possibly help, and then if it works and talks to the client is like agrees to like pay for that like this kind of potion that like your sim is suggesting, then your sim literally is holding the book in one hand while walking around throughout the store and picking the plants and all the herbs, and then going through the drawers to get anything else, all the ingredients, and then also going into the back to see if there's any extra stuff that like your sim needs to get for the potion or whatever. Then come back to the front to this specific topping table that has like the cauldron, and mix in all the ingredients and mix it all together. Stir it. Once it's complete, then give it to the customer. Tell the customer the instructions on what to do with the supplements or whatever that they're giving, the potions. And then they pay and they go. That was how I was imagining this sim life is gonna be. So I hope I'm hoping you guys are excited as much as I am on this speed build. But again, this is part one. Part two is gonna be coming up. But these are all the screenshots. Oh, the monster plants are so nice and so cute. But these are all these screenshots of this just the part of like the store portion part. There's a sneak peek of like the wall, the really pretty wall that I was talking about earlier in the video. But these are just the screenshots of the building from like all the different times of the day. But that's pretty much it for the video. I'll see you guys in the second part. Bye!